everybody, welcome back to the shop. Thanks for taking a little bit of time today to spend with us here in the shop, or maybe this evening wherever you are in the world. Be sure to go down below and hit subscribe. Thanks, that helps us keep producing these videos here. Also, if you want to see what we're doing here in the shop between the videos, be sure to follow us on Instagram under Do Right Builder or on the Do Right Fabrication Facebook page. Now, on with the project. What we're continuing to work on here today is the project that we're working on with Keith Rucker from VintageMachinery.org. What you see before us is a small model steam engine. Had to tear the steam engine all apart. Now begins the part that's not fun, and that's the polishing. It's a dirty job. I'm not going to give you a lot of boring watching a guy polish, but what I will do is give you a little B-roll here. As you can see, I got a whole pile of polished parts here. I took a little time on the buffering wheel and I used some of that Osborne abrasive buffing compound on a soft wheel, and I took it and I put a clear coat of clear lacquer, gloss lacquer on it. Started the reassembly and I ran across a problem that I kind of knew already existed. This is the piston. And the way this piston works in this little steam engine is it uses a set of piston rings out of a small gasoline engine. It was for a little over a 2-inch bore, probably with the spring in it, it's probably a 2-inch bore. So this was the oiler ring, and the oiler ring is always obvious on a gasoline engine because it has the grooves to hold the oil and help spread the oil up and down the cylinder wall for lubrication. This is the scraper ring. You can tell because there's a groove right there where my fingernail is. So that groove is for scraping the oil back down the cylinder so that it doesn't make its way up to the top and get burned in combustion. And this is the compression ring. The compression ring typically has a 45-degree chamfer on the inside, and both sides of the ring are square. Now, for a steam engine, you don't need all these features because it's not an internal combustion engine. This is what they wanted you to machine. This is the connecting rod, if you will. It's the straight part of the connecting rod. And then you had to machine this brass blank down to size. And as you can see, somebody has just had a rough time with it, okay? We'll just leave it at that. This went together in 2 pieces, and as you can see, it doesn't fit together well at all. Not only is this part not round, it's not true in any of the planes. It's oblonged, it's not on center, so it wobbles, and it wobbles this way and it wobbles this way. So it's in bad shape. I don't want to start over on this. I can't start over on this because otherwise I would just make a whole brand new part. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck this in the 3-jaw lathe up tight. What I'm going to try to very carefully do, just skim what's necessary to get this back to round, and then to try to true these faces up the best I can. Well, a learning moment. I just now realized why the top of that had spanner pins in it. So, back off with the cylinder head. It'll all make sense in a minute. So can you see those spanner wrench holes? That's the purpose of those, so that you can put this in here and turn the piston to screw this together. Now it makes perfect sense. This is the governor, the speed governor, and the speed governor, when you tighten this, it tightens down so that this pulley is not 90 degrees with the shaft. It drives off this pulley right here. This is a pipe thread. When you tighten a pipe thread, the tighter you tighten it, the more you wedge that taper in place to make a seal. Well, we're not doing that here. So we'll always have some sort of a little bit of an air leak here. So what I thought I'd do is make a gasket instead. Now that's going to be pretty simple to do, and I'll show you how we're going to do it. Let's get a little block of wood here, and we'll get a gasket punch set. Now if you don't have a gasket punch set, don't panic. You can cut gasket material with a pair of scissors. We'll take this one and this one. This should be about right. Yep, that's the hole for the center. This will be the hole for the outside there. Put the handle in the back of the punch. line it up. Punch that shape out. So now we have a nice little round disc. Go to the smaller size and we'll just try to line it up on center. And there you have it. There's a little gasket. Now what we'll do is we'll put the little gaskets on there. So the next thing that we got to do is basically take this little leather strap here, go around the pulley, and we'll sew it back together. Now this belt will be able to drive this back and forth when it spins. The weights swing out. They operate a needle valve inside there to control more or less air speed. Now that we've got the steam engine all put back together, my friend Keith Rucker from Vintage Machinery came down to pick it up, and he's gonna continue the project. You wanna tell him about it, Keith?
Yeah, so as soon as Jim finishes all the work, I show up. Next step for me is there are a few little, shall we say, issues that I need to take care of in here. Jim has kind of told me some things that aren't quite right that I'm going to try to address when I get back home. I need to make sure it's timed properly with the valves, which is a pretty straightforward thing. I may try to shoot a little video on that. I'm actually going to take it partially back apart. I'm building a new base for this. So this is the base that came with the steam engine when I got it. And honestly, it's just kind of shady. I don't like it. It's
shady is an understatement.
It's not good quality. It looks like junk. So anyway, do away with it. I think we're going to do a nice wooden base on here, polish it up real nice. I also want to kind of lift it up. If you notice, the flywheel kind of goes up under the surface of the table. And while that's kind of cool, I think what I'm going to actually do is put some riser blocks up on here and kind of raise it up so that this clears up under the bottom and just make it a little bit more presentable.
I think we got it about wrapped up.
I think we got it about wrapped up. Looking forward to getting this joker running and let folks see a steam engine run.
So everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like us on Facebook. Please, somewhere down below here is a link. We've got a lot more really cool stuff coming. Is that right, camera guy? Is there a link down there? Send me a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Click whatever link, click something. See you soon.